We were all taught that history progresses in a straight line. We know that humanity first discovered fire, then invented the wheel, and through a very slow development lasting thousands of years, eventually reached today's technology. But sometimes, something emerges from deep within the earth that shatters that straight line. Today, we will look at 4 incredible discoveries that are not found in textbooks, that professors hesitate to discuss, and that modern science remains silent about. Get ready, because these may change the historical timeline in your mind. On a hot summer day in 1986, brick workers were digging as usual in the town of Sanxingdui, in China's Sichuan province. But when their tools struck something unusually hard, it never crossed their minds that they were about to uncover one of the most shocking discoveries in modern archaeology. What they found were enormous bronze-cast faces. But these faces did not resemble human faces. Bulging, protruding eyes, massive fan-shaped ears, and an expression unlike anything ever seen before in Chinese art. When archaeologists examined these faces in detail, their shock only deepened. The bronzes were dated to around 3,000 years ago. Yet the idea that Chinese civilization of that period possessed such massive and complex bronze casting technology seemed impossible. Some of these masks were so large that an average human could comfortably fit inside them. So what were these strange beings trying to tell us? Official history claims that these artifacts belong to a local tribe. But there is a problem. There is not a single written record, legend, or even the smallest remaining trace of such a tribe. It is as if these people appeared out of nowhere, built monumental structures using impossible technology, and then vanished into the darkness of history without leaving a trace. When you look closely at the craftsmanship on the masks, it's hard not to wonder how the metal was worked so flawlessly. This level of erosion control and symmetry seems achievable only with modern machinery. Some researchers believe these figures represent kings who came from the heavens. Science, however, remains silent. The Sanxingdui bronzes force us to reconsider not only Chinese history, but nearly the entire origin story of humanity. In the middle of the Pacific Ocean lie the Carteret Islands, so remote they are difficult to find even on a map. Today, they face the threat of disappearing due to rising sea levels. But hidden in the depths of these islands lies a great secret, long swallowed by the waters, the Carteret stone. This massive block, guarded for generations by locals as both sacred and cursed, is covered in carvings that are thousands of years old. But the most intriguing part is this: the inscriptions do not belong to any known culture, language, or alphabet of the region. When linguists examined the stone, they uncovered another chilling truth. The symbols bear an unsettling resemblance to characters found on ancient Phoenician and Sumerian tablets, thousands of kilometers away. How could two worlds, separated by a vast ocean and thousands of years, share the same language? The carvings on the stone are so deep and sharp that it would have been nearly impossible for the people of that region, using only simple stone tools, to create them. It is as if someone used a far more advanced tool to leave a message on this block and abandoned it on a tiny island in the middle of the ocean. Today, much of the Carteret stone lies underwater. Scientists seem to be waiting for the island to disappear rather than studying it. Perhaps because the message carved into it suggests that the history we've been told is not entirely true. If this writing is ever deciphered, It could reveal ancient transoceanic trade networks and possibly a lost civilization that once spanned continents. In the 1950s, near Lake Titicaca in Bolivia, a farmer discovered a muddy bowl while plowing his field, something he initially thought was ordinary. But this bowl would go on to become one of archaeology's greatest nightmares. Known as the Fuente Magna bowl, this artifact contains inscriptions in two different languages. The first is a local dialect, but what truly shocked researchers was the second script on the inside of the bowl, Proto-Sumerian cuneiform, native to Mesopotamia. The Sumerians lived in what is now Iraq around 3000 BCE. Lake Titicaca, where the bowl was found, sits high in the Andes Mountains in South America. The distance between them is over 12,000 kilometers, with an entire ocean in between. Official history tells us that the Sumerians were not seafarers, and that the Americas remained isolated from the rest of the world until 1492. So how did a bowl, inscribed in Sumerian, reach Bolivia in South America thousands of years ago? Some scientists claim it is a forgery, but carbon dating and sediment analysis show that the bowl is indeed thousands of years old and had merged with the soil of the region. The inscriptions contain prayers to the Sumerian goddess Nia. This bowl is not just a kitchen utensil. It is clear evidence that something is wrong with the history we know. Either the Sumerians possessed far more advanced technology than we believe and were capable of crossing oceans, or there was a much older, global, lost civilization that taught this language to both cultures. Whatever the answer, the Fuente Magna bowl whispers that much of what we've learned about history may be wrong. The Roman Empire was built on order. From military tactics to sewer systems, from a soldier's daily rations to the smallest tax record, everything was carefully documented on parchment. If something existed in the Roman world, there was always a written record of it. But during excavations along Europe's northern borders, something emerged from the soil that was never mentioned in Roman records. Not a single line. It is as if this object was deliberately erased from Roman history, or silently buried like a temporal anomaly that was never meant to exist. This mysterious object was first discovered in 1739 during an excavation in England. Since then, more than 100 similar artifacts have been found along a long, misty northern line stretching from Wales to the steppes of Hungary. The most striking detail is this. These objects are found only along Rome's northern military frontier, never in the heart of the empire. Not even a single example in the city of Rome itself. Small enough to fit in your palm, cast in bronze, with 12 perfect faces. Each corner is capped with a small metal sphere, and each face has a different sized hole. Just 2.5 years ago, in the summer of 2023, one of these was found deliberately buried in a ditch in the village of Norton Disney in England. It wasn't discarded like trash. It was hidden like a treasure. Modern archaeology has all but given up on solving this 12-sided metal riddle. Some called it a weapon, but there are no signs of impact. Others suggested it was a measuring tool, but none of them share the same dimensions, making standardized measurement impossible. Some even claimed it was used for knitting, but it makes little sense that such sophisticated bronze craftsmanship would exist just to knit a glove. The fact that these objects are found in military garrisons and hoards suggests they held strategic importance for the Romans. Some researchers argue that it was an advanced astronomical device used to track the positions of stars. If that is true, Did the Romans possess a technology we have yet to rediscover? And if so, why was it never recorded? Discovered centuries ago, the Roman Dodecahedron still forces us to reconsider just how advanced the Roman Empire may truly have been.